I'm Charlie Munger. I'm 99, sitting in the same cracked leather chair I bought in 1957 for $38. Same house, same coffee mug, same rule that kept me rich after 50. Don't be a damn fool. I could have retired at 65 with twice the money if I hadn't made one boneheaded move at 52. Not exaggeration, just cold arithmetic. Compounding forgives nothing. It magnifies brilliance and idiocy with equal enthusiasm. Let me spare you the suspense. After 50, the game isn't how do I get richer. It's how do I not die broke. Your big swings are over. Your earning curve is flattening. Your recovery window is closing. The only thing left is preservation. I learned this the hard way in 1976. I was 52. Cocky. Flush with cash from early Berkshire wins. A friend pitched me a private oil drilling partnership in Oklahoma. Limited downside and limited upside. He said, geologists swear there's 1 billion barrels under this patch. I wrote a $400,000 check. 10% of my liquid net worth. 18 months later the wells were dry. The partner vanished to Costa Rica. And I was staring at a $300,000-$40,000 hole. That night I did the math on a yellow legal pad. Age 52. Need 15% annual return for 20 years just to break even on that stupidity. Impossible without gambling. I swore then, never again. From that day forward I played defense like my life depended on it. Because it did. Here's the #1 investment tip I wish someone had tattooed on my forehead at 50. After 50, your portfolio is a life support system, not a slot machine. Treat it like oxygen. One leak and you're done. I'm going to give you the exact 10-rule playbook I use from 52 to 99 to turn 3 million into 300 million without a single heart attack moment. No theory, no fluff, just what worked. We're going deep. Settle in. Rule 1. Admit the clock is ticking. Then act like it at 30. A 50% loss is a speed bump. You've got 30 to 40 working years to recover. At 55, it's a cliff. You've got maybe 10 earning years left. And spending starts in 5 to 15. Let me paint two pictures. Picture Dr. Klein, cardiologist. 50-6.2020 net worth. To point to million. 2021. CNBC screams NFTs are the future. He dumps 40%. 880,000 into digital art, meme coins, and a metaverse land fund. 2020 to crypto winter. Portfolio drops 68%. 880,000 becomes 281,000. Total portfolio. 1.6 million. He needs 90,000 a year to live. At 4% rule. He's short. Now 64. Still doing bypasses at 7 a.m. because he has to. Hands tremble. Patients notice. Picture B. Muya. His nurse. Same hospital. Same age. 2020 net worth. 1.8 million. Allocation : 50% dividend aristocrats. KO. PG. J&J. PEP. 40% short-term treasuries plus tips. 10% cash. 22 to drawdown. 12%. Portfolio. 1.58 million. Dividends. 72,000 a year. She lives on it. Never sells. 2024. Portfolio back to 1.9 million. She's in Portugal. Drinking Vinho Verde. Laughing at the ocean. Same hospital payroll. Same economy. Two different clocks. Here's the math I run for every client over 50. Age 30. 50% loss. 100% gain needed. About 9 years recovery at 8%. 35 years left to retirement. Age 50. 50% loss. 100% gain needed. About 9 years recovery. 15 years left. Age 60. 30% loss. 43% gain needed. About 6 years recovery. 5 years left. Conclusion. After 50. Avoiding a 30 to 50% loss is 10 times more valuable than chasing a 10 to 15% gain. I know a widow, Evelyn, 68. Inherited 1 point for a million. Advisor put 65% in ARC funds for growth. 2021 peak, 1.8 million. 2022, 900,000. She needed 60,000 a year. Sold at the bottom. Now lives on Social Security and guilt. Her sister, Ruth, 1.3 million. 55% dividend growers, 35% bond tent, 10% cash. 2022, down 11%. Lived on dividends. 2024, 1.45 million. Your move. 1. Cap any single position at 5%. 2. Cap any sector at 20%. 3. Write it on your bathroom mirror in Sharpie. 4. Review quarterly. No exceptions. I did this religiously from 1976 onward. Never broke it. Never needed to. Rule 2. Switch from growth to cash flow machines. You're not building a rocket ship anymore. You're building a vending machine that spits out quarters while you sleep. I owned exactly for cash cows from age 52 to 99. 1. Coca-Cola. People drink sugar water in recessions and booms. Paid me every quarter since 1920. 2. American Express. Middle class never stops swiping. Shard volume up 8% annually for 50 years. 3. Procter & Gamble. Diapers, detergent, toothpaste, eternal. 67 years of dividend increases. 4. Johnson & Johnson. Band-Aids and baby powder outlast empires. 61 years of raises. Let's run the numbers. 1 million split evenly. 250,000 each. At purchase in 1976. Average. Entry yield, 3.8%. Initial income, 38,000 a year. Dividend growth, 6.5%. Average, 2020 for income from same shares, 218,000 a year. Total dividends received 1976 to 2024 for 0.8 million. Current value of shares, 26 million. I never sold a share. I just clipped coupons and went fishing. Contrast with my neighbor, Harold. Same age. Same starting 1 million. 1976. Bought growth. Xerox. Polwood. IBM at peak valuations. 1982. Portfolio 1.1 million. Inflation adjusted. Broke even. Dividends, 12,000 a year. Sold in panic during 1987. Crash, 2024. 800,000 in a savings account earning 0.1%. Growth dies in drawdowns. Income survives. Here's the exact portfolio I helped a 58-year-old client build in 2015. Ticker Co. 25%. Entry yield 3.2%. 2020 for yield on cost 9.8%. Annual income today 24,500. PG 20%. Entry 3.5. 2020 for 10.2. 20,000 for 100. J&J 20%. Entry 3.0. 2020 for 8.9. 17,800. PEP 15%. Entry 3.1. 2020 for 9.5. 14,250. MCD 10%. Entry 3.4. 2020 for 11.1. 11,100. CL 10%. Entry 2.8. 2020 for 8.7. 8,700. Total portfolio 2 million. 96,750 a year income. Dividend growth, 7.2% annualized. Volatility, 38% less than S&P 500. He reinvested until 65. Now lives on the income. Hasn't touched principal in 9 years. Your move, over 3 to 5 years. Glide 50 to 60% of equities into dividend aristocrats. Reinvest all dividends until age 60-5. Then live on the income. Never sell the golden goose. Income is oxygen. Growth is bonus. Rule 3. Build the bond tent, not the bond ladder. Stocks grow. Bonds let you sleep, but long bonds are a trap. Rates rise, prices crater. I kept 40% in a bond tent. 40% 1 to 3 year treasuries, 30% tips. Inflation armor. 20% AA munis. Tax-free. 10% I bonds or T-bills. Average duration 3.2 years. Volatility 4%. Case study 1981 rate spike 30-year. Treasury yields 7% to 15%. Long bond fund down 28%. My tent down to 0.1%. Income uninterrupted. Case study 2020 to rate hike. Long bond ETF TLT down 31%. My tent down 3.8%. Income 42,000 a year on 1 million. I know a widow. Margaret, 66, 900,000. Advisor put 70% in 30-year treasuries at 4.2%. 22.2. Bonds fell 28%. Needed 50,000 for roof. Sold at bottom. Lost 250,000 principal. Her sister, Ruth, same amount. 100% bond tent. Down 3%. Income 36,000. Never sold. 2024, 980,000. Your move, glide 40 to 50% into the tent over 5 years. Rebalance annually. Never chase yield over 5%. Hold to maturity. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's a requirement. Rule 4. Invert the 4% rule. Live on to 0.5% and dirige. The 4% rule assumes you die at 95. I plan to live to 100. 20. From million at to 0.5% equals 100,000 year 1. Dividend growth 6.5% greater than inflation. 3 to 4%. Long-term care at 85. Still 8 million left. I knew John and Susan. Retired 62 with 3.5 million. Spent 2.4%. 84,000 year 1. Traveled Europe. Spoiled grandkids. Died 93 and 95. Left 9.2 million. Neighbors Tom and Linda. 3.4 million. 4% rule. 136,000 year 1. Second home. Tesla. Ran dry at 89. Moved in with daughter. To 0.5% isn't cheap. It's freedom. Monte Carlo simulation. 10,000 runs, 4% withdrawal. 12% chance of ruin by year 30. To 0.5% withdrawal. 0.3% chance. Your move. Calculate true annual spending. Not fantasy. Target to 0.5 to 3%. Keep 1% in cash for emergencies. Let the rest compound. Die with 0. Marketing slogan. Die with options. Wisdom. Rule 5. Own your house, but own it small. I paid cash for this bungalow in 1956. 110,000. Taxes today. 1,200 a year. Paid with 1 Coca-Cola check. Friends bought $3 million. MC Mansions. Annual costs. Tax 42,000. Insurance 12,000. Hoa 8,000. Maintenance 25,000. Total 87,000 a year. That's 870,000 a decade. Enough for another million p. Angie shares. I knew Frank. 2.8 million net worth. 2.4 million MC mansion. Had to keep 1.2 million liquid for costs. Missed 2023 recovery. George. 1.6 million. 380,000 condo. Paid off. Costs 4,800 a year. Rents room 1,800 a month net. Positive cash flow. Your move. If house eats over 12% of portfolio annually. Downside. Pay mortgage by 60. Consider HECM reverse line at 62. Emergency only. Never refinance to unlock equity. Your home serves you, not the other way. Rule 6. Annuities are lifeboats, not yachts. At 70. Nancy and I put 25% into joint life SPIA with 3% inflation rider. 600,000 to 36,000 a year for life. Social security 28,000. Base income 64,000. Rest in stocks. No sequence risk. No 1987. 2000. 2008. 2020 to forced sales. I knew Harold. Retired 68 with 2.1 million. Annuitized 500,000 at 70-30-2,000 a year. Rest in dividends. Lived 92,000 total. Died 97. Left for 0.2 million. Your move. At 70 to 75. Annuitized 20 to 30%. Are rated insurers only. Inflation adjusted. Joint life if married. Shop 5 quotes. Longevity insurance greater than ego. Rule 7. Taxes are your silent partner. Starve him. Every year I Roth converted in 12% bracket. Paid once. Compounded tax-free. Gave appreciated Berkshire to DAF. 0 gains. Grows tax-free. Kids choose charities. Saved more in taxes post 50 than low income first 20 years. Engineer. 56. 280,000 income. Max HSA. 8,300. Catch up for a 1K. 30,500. Backdoor Roth. 7,000. Munis. 200,000. Tax loss harvest. 12,000. Saved 68,000 a year. 1.1 million extra by 70. Engineer B. Paid 32% on MDs. Have the legacy. Your move. CPA annually. Convert 50 to 100,000 a year. 59 to 70 at 12 to 22%. Harvest losses December. Hold winners in taxable. Taxes are expense number 1. Treat them like it. Rule 8. Health is the ultimate blue chip stock. Walk 3 miles daily until 95. Eat peanuts, eggs, seize candy. No kale. Outlived every doctor who said quit peanut butter. Hospital bills 50 to 99. Under 25,000. Friends with perfect diets. Bankrupted by nursing homes for $100 a month health plan. 150 gym. 100 real food. 100 blood work. 50 sleep tracker. Raw. 20 extras. Millions preserved. Your move. Strength train 3 times a week. Walk 10,000 steps. Annual physical. Mediterranean diet. Floss. For 100 a month on health greater than for 100 a month on LATTES. Rule 9. Envy is the only sin with 0 upside. 1999. Laughed at my old economy stocks. Silicon Valley Kids paper. Billionaires. 2002. They were broke. I was rich. Golfer levered up chasing Buddy's oil wins. Oil crashed. Lost house. Buddy lost 2. But Buddy was 38. Golfer 58. No recovery. Your move. Delete CNBC. And follow flexes. Measure versus your 80-year-old self. Envy won't make you richer. It'll make you stupid. Rule 10. Write your deathbed letter at 50. Wrote mine 1976. 1 page. Family taken care of. As paid, charity is named. No fights. Love, Charlie. Updated every decade. Executor hands it out. No probate. No drama. Richard died 70 to no plan. Taxes 40%. Kids sued. Wife sold house. David, everything in trust. Died 78. Family got 100%. No drama. Your move. Revocable trust. Healthcare directive. Letter of intent. Do it this week. Plan your exit like your entrance. Your assignment. Tomorrow morning. 1. Portfolio value. Blank. 2. 2.5% limit. Blank. 3. Mortgage balance. Blank. Pay in 5 years. 4. Top 5 holdings. Blank. None over 5%. 5. Walking shoes. Lace them up. I didn't get rich after 50 by being brilliant. I got rich by refusing to be stupid. Market will crash. Inflation will bite. Life will test you. Play defense. You don't just survive. You thrive. Now go preserve what you've got. I'll be here, clipping coupons, laughing at fools who think excitement beats endurance.